Can you guys hear me? I think I'm in my AirPods, so just make sure. Okay, so it's been a little over 2.5 years. I found this product actually on Facebook from one of my friends that posted about it. And she has 3 kids who are all under the age of 6, and we work out together. And y'all, she was literally kicking my ass in workouts. Like, not to cuss, but I'm like, what are you doing? You have 3 kids and you look better than me. And I played college basketball and I coach and do all the things. And so I just kind of asked her like what it is. And that's when I started. So I will tell you, I don't know where you guys are calling in from. I don't know your background knowledge on supplements or the keto diet or anything, but I will tell you, I was a massive skeptic when I found this because I'm a firm believer, calories in, calories out, work out, eat right. You don't need to add anything in. So when I started this, prior to, I had done all the pills, the lotions, the potions. I bought this stupid saran wrap that you wrap around your stomach, thinking it was going to do something. It didn't do anything. But I started drinking this stuff, and within 63 days, so just over 2 months, I went from a size 10 to a size 6, and I didn't change anything. I just added this into my daily routine. I personally drink it in the morning on an empty stomach, and we'll talk about some tips and tricks of how to use it and best results and all that stuff. But I personally do it in the morning. I'll do fasted workouts. Ketones actually don't break your fast. So I won't eat sometimes until 11, sometimes 12, sometimes 2. It just depends on how I'm feeling based on what I ate the day before. But for me, honestly, Jess, the reason why I'm close to 3 years and still drinking it, many of you on this call know, but my gut health used to be terrible. TMI, but I was not a normal go to the bathroom kind of girl. And for any female, that's a lot of pressure on that part of your abs, right? That part of your stomach. So my gut health has 100% improved. As a teacher and coach, I love that my energy is not doing one of these. And for those of you who can't see me, I'm talking about like spike, crash, spike, crash. And then, you know, just honestly, my sleep has improved. I know the saying, sorry guys, it's like I'm sleeping like a husband. And I just feel honestly like I can get through my day, and my kids and my players can feel my energy, or the fact that I'm not draining and I'm not, you know, drowning by the time we get to a game at 7 o'clock. So it's been a game changer for me. My mom has gotten off of 4 Diet Cokes a day. So she's 62 drinking the product. My brother is 6'7", 200 pounds. Never thought would touch this stuff because he's a twig and got the fast metabolism of the family, but drinks it every day for sleep and just feels like his brain is turned on. So my point in sharing those pieces is whatever you're getting on this call for, whatever benefit you're looking for, is what you're going to receive from ketones. So hopefully that kind of gives you a good look into what the product can do and a little bit of backstory from me. So Jess, I'm going to pass it back over to you to share your testimony before we kind of get into how is this different than the diet and how it works in our bodies.
Okay. Hey, sorry, y'all. This new Zoom thing, I have to admit people, so it keeps popping up that people are still trying to join. So if I get distracted, that's what it is. Also, if you guys can, not a requirement, but I would love more than anything to see more of your faces. So unless you're naked or just like where you can't turn your camera on, I would love to see you if you can. Thank you so much. Okay. Hey. All right. Awesome. So do me a favor before I start sharing with you guys. I would love to know just kind of who we have on the call. There's a chat section down at the bottom. So if you can open up the chat and let me know like how long you've been drinking ketones, if you've never tried it, if you're waiting on your order, you know, if you're just considering it. I just want to know, you know, who we've got. Brittany's from Austin, Texas, 3 years. She just shared that with you guys. I'll go ahead and start sharing my story, but if y'all can type that in the chat, that would be great. So I'm Jessica Craig. I am from a really small town in Alabama. I live here with my husband and my 2 kiddos. I have a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old. And as a family, we have been drinking and sharing ketones for 4 years. So what attracted me to this product was my very best friend. She found it on Facebook, started drinking it, and then she decided that she wanted to share it with me. So first of all, I wanted to kill her. I say this every time I share my story because it's just super important to know. But she waited 3 weeks before she shared it with me. So if you start drinking this, guys, and you have a best friend in the world that you literally tell everything to, don't wait 3 weeks before you share these ketones with them because they will be ticked. So my very first reaction was, are you kidding me? You found this incredible product that you're loving and you've waited 3 weeks to tell me. So when I finally got over that, of course, obviously I had to try it. So just like Brittany, I had tried everything under the sun. I have battled with my food addiction and my weight my whole entire adult life. It seemed like the second that I graduated high school, I started packing on the pounds. So I eventually got up to 200 pounds and was having some medical issues and was like, okay, I really got to do something. So I tried some different things, and some things would work. Some diets would work, prescription pills. I literally tried it all. But at the end of the day, I was never able to consistently stick with anything. So any weight that I was able to lose ended up coming right back. I never got over my addiction to food. So whether I was, off the wagon and eating a whole pizza, 2 20-ounce Mountain Dews and a pint of ice cream, because literally I could do that, or if I was following a super strict diet and only eating broccoli and chicken, like it didn't matter what was going on in that stage of my life. I thought about food from the time I woke up in the morning until the time I went to bed, and sometimes in the middle of the night when I would wake up. And so my favorite benefit that I have received from drinking these ketones is that it has literally shut off my cravings and changed my entire mindset around food. Used to, before this, I guess I had some blood sugar issues. I'm not sure, but I really truly felt like I needed to eat every few hours, or I would, the bottom would crash out. I would feel sick, shaky, nauseous, have a headache, be a super grump. Like I really truly did need to eat something. Anybody ever felt like that? Am I alone? I know I'm not alone. Raise your hand. Okay. So that's a terrible feeling, and it makes it really, really hard to lose weight. With this, it actually stabilizes your blood sugar, which is a game changer. So I drink this every single morning, and I do intermittent fasting, just like Brittany said, and I go pretty much as long as I can before I start to truly feel hungry and feel like I need to eat something. And for me, when I knew this had kicked in, I looked at my phone and realized it was after 12 o'clock and I had not had anything to eat that day. And I really hadn't even thought about it. I didn't even realize what time it was. And so here it is consistently 4 years later. I still feel incredible. I'm down 50 pounds. I am a total different person than I was 4 years ago. I can truly say that I do still love food, but I'm no longer bound to the kitchen. Like I'm not constantly thinking about what's for the next meal. It's really changed everything in that way for me. On top of that, obviously, better sleep, better focus, better energy. I work out now, but another one of my very most favorite benefits that I could not live without is the mood enhancer. I have 2 kids. I have a 4-year-old who is a wild and crazy little boy. And if you're a mama on here, I know you can relate. Like it's tough. It's stressful. There's some times where you kind of fly off the handle and you're like, dang it, why did I just yell at my kid for that? Anybody ever, can you relate to that? Do you have any crazy mama moments? So I still definitely have some crazy mama moments. I'm not perfect in any way, but I can tell you that my mood is definitely way better, and I don't yell at my kids anywhere near as much as I used to before. So I'm super thankful for that. So, okay, I'm going to pass it back over to Brittany, and she's going to start with giving you guys some tips and tricks on kind of how to make this work and get the best results possible.
Yeah, and before I go to that, I just want to share like a really good metaphor that was helpful to me to kind of help understand the difference. So just so everybody's clear, like this does not require the diet. You could be strict keto, you could be paleo, you could be Whole30, you could be no keto. You can kind of be like me where it's like low carb-ish. I'm just not going to get my, my popcorn or my skinny margaritas, but that's just me. I don't know what your weaknesses are, but those are mine. But I just kind of wanted to paint a picture for you guys. Is 2 things. One, your brain doesn't know the difference between ketones and where they came from. So once ketones are in your blood and uptaken into the brain doesn't know whether or not they came from endogenous, meaning from your liver, or whether they came exogenously, meaning out of body. So because our ketones are bioidentical to what your body would naturally produce, that's how the brain recognizes them, and they're used in the same exact fashion. So a really good metaphor, and then I'll move on to tips and tricks that really helped me kind of open my eyes to understand this. was, let's just say, I'm going to talk about Christy because she's my coworker and she's right below me. We work together. She's the softball volleyball coach at Roanoke High School. But let's just say that Christy and I were both taking a flight to Cancun tomorrow. Okay. Which maybe that's going to happen in January. I don't know. But if we were both taking a flight to Cancun and Christy had about 3 or 4 like connections to get there, which obviously from Texas wouldn't happen, but I'm painting a metaphor for you guys. And I had a direct flight. At the end of the day, Christy and I are both going to get to Cancun, and I'm using Cancun as the state of ketosis, right? So if Christy is following the diet, it could take her a lot longer to get there, right? For some people, it takes 2 days. For some people, it takes 2 weeks. You could eat too much broccoli and like get kicked out. So it is very, very strict. Whereas for me, if I'm drinking these, I can get there a lot quicker than Christy. So that was a really good metaphor for me to help kind of understand the difference between endogenous and exogenous ketones, of the difference between the two. So I just want everybody who's on this call right now, like, to know you do not have to follow strict keto for these products to work. You can test your blood, you can pee on a stick. The best way to test your ketone levels is your blood. And I had bought like a keto mojo reader, but you guys, you'll know whether or not you're in ketosis. Like, you'll feel it, your cravings will be curbed, you'll start sleeping better, your energy will be higher. But if you need proof, you can go test it. I think right now just science is showing like 36 minutes that these products they put you into that state within an hour. And then obviously depending on like what you're eating or your hormones or whatever is going to depend how long you're in that state. So that's kind of 1 or 2 a day. But as far as tips and tricks, you guys, honestly, keep it simple and make little simple swaps. Like, I would say take the 5 most consistent meals that you make on a daily basis that you don't have to look at a recipe, and just try and make them as low carb as possible. Like, where can you make little minor shifts? So for example, taking the croutons off your salads, maybe having an open faced burger, maybe having like a lettuce wrap. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I go somewhere and I'll have a corn tortilla instead of a flour because I just want that texture. I know Jessica and Steven make crazy good shuffles. I think that's what they're called, like shuffle sandwiches. Like, you can have fun with it. But just make those little simple swaps and 100% improve your water intake. The majority of us on this call right now are dehydrated. Like, if you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So even if you weren't doing the keto diet or you weren't doing exogenous ketones, you should minimum be trying to aim for like half your body weight in ounces. And ketones will really teach you that you need more water. So those are the 2 things that I recommend just to people who are looking for daily shifts is 1, practice intermittent fasting. If you're looking for fat loss, that's a really powerful benefit, and ketones make it super, super easy. And then just try and do low carb at night, but again, don't mess up good for perfect. Don't drink your ketones and go have an extra large pizza. Just listen to your body. It'll tell you what you're hungry for, and maybe have a slice or 2. Right. So that would be my biggest advice, but I don't know if you want to add anything to that. And
yeah, sure. I have just a couple things. So Brittany touched on the water. So what you want to do is half your body weight in ounces of water at a minimum. So for math's sake, if you're 200 pounds, at least 100 ounces a day. And also adding an electrolyte supplement is incredible. I'm telling you guys, I started this, and for the first few days I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going to work for me. I'm not feeling great. I actually have a headache. Ugh, like I just really wasn't feeling it. And then I added an electrolyte supplement, and it completely changed the game. So we have a great one called Mitoplex that works wonderful with our ketones. Grab it if you can. If you don't want to use ours, I just tell everybody, get an actual true electrolyte supplement, Gatorade, Powerade, those type things. That's not good enough. You need to actually have a supplement that you grab at Target or Walgreens or GNC or something like that.
Actually, before you move on from that, I do want to say, like, that was one people ask me all the time, like, oh, what are the side effects of drinking ketones? You guys, this is not the diet. So like, you don't experience ketoacidosis or the keto flu with this. And that was one thing that I experienced my first day was I had a little bit of a headache, and 100% it was because I was dehydrated and just needed electrolytes. So if you're doing that right now and you feel that, just add some electrolytes in. The Mitoplex is literally cheaper than a Smart Water, and 100% was a game changer for me personally when I was literally about to quit.
Yes. And next thing I want to say is make sure that you're paying attention to your body. Okay. So take measurements, take those before pictures. Even if you never show anyone, you don't ever have to post about it, but take a before picture, because I promise you, you're going to see a difference in the way your clothes fit, the way your body looks, and your inches before you'll see that number go down on the scale. And The reason, or the main reason for that, is ketones help preserve muscle mass. So whether you're working out or not, just things that we do on a daily basis, we're building muscle. And so when you're drinking these ketones, you're going to be losing the fat, but keeping the muscle. If you were to just go on a regular diet without drinking ketones or producing ketones, your body's just burning through the muscle and the fat. But since these ketones help you keep that muscle, you're going to see that number on the scale doesn't change quite as quickly as you might hope to see it. I know that as a woman, I am married to the scale. It's so frustrating. I don't know about you guys, but I weigh like every 35 seconds. It's ridiculous. And so I really had to pay attention to those other ways to check to make sure that this was helping me meet my goals. And then the last thing I want to say is, or for this, is just make sure that if you can, get a little bit of movement in. If you're someone who doesn't work out at all, I'm not telling you to go join CrossFit or, do something crazy, but make sure that you're maybe taking the stairs at work instead of the elevator, or take 10, 15 minutes at night or in the morning or whenever lunch break, whenever you can, and take a walk. Just try to get a little bit of movement in, and I promise you, you're going to feel better, and it's going to help you get quicker results. And if you are someone who works out already, kick it up a notch. I mean, my ketones I know Brittany will tell you the same thing, but my ketones have absolutely changed the game for me with my workouts. So push yourself a little bit harder. So other than that, Brittany, do you want to start sharing with everybody about the most important way to make sure that you get the results by being consistent with this?
Yeah, I mean, consistent use is definitely key, you guys. And I think let's just all be realists. Like, we didn't get to where we are in 5 days. We didn't get to where we are in 10 days, right? So just give it a true 2 to 3 months and you won't recognize your life. And just keep that in mind, right? Like, if you go work out at the gym for 5 days, it's not like you're going to have the body that you want, right? So same thing with ketones. Just have a realistic expectation, especially the first 5 or 10 days. Pay attention to your sleep, your mood, your cravings, how you like the flavors. Adjust them, right? Like, the more water you use, the less sweet, the less water you use, the more sweet. Like, play around with that. But as far as physical results, you guys, like, just give it a true month, 2 months, 90 days, and I promise you won't recognize your life. But I don't know if Jess, that's what you were talking about, but that would be my biggest thing.
Yeah, and I want to share with you guys how you can make sure that you are consistent. Something that really helped me was getting an accountability partner. So I started this with my husband and a couple of my best friends. I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of one that will start something, and then if nobody really knows about it, it's so easy to just kind of stop doing it, right? So if you're deciding like, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to make a change, grab a couple people to do this with you. Number one, because you are going to have way better results. It's going to be way more fun, and I promise you it will help you be more consistent. But number two is, just in case you guys didn't know this, we actually have a free product referral program. So no matter if you are a customer or a promoter, you can drink these ketones for free every single month. I'm not lying to y'all. 4 years in, and I've only paid for my ketones one time, the first time I bought them. And I know that sounds crazy, but all you have to do is have a couple of friends, your mama, your sister, your coworker, your cousin, your bestie, whoever in the world, order from your link. And if you get 2 of those, then you're going to get free product credit to use on your product the next month. So that's pretty incredible. Now, the only requirement in order for you to be able to do that is to be set up for Smart Ship. So when I say that, I know a lot of y'all are probably like, I don't know about Smart Ship. Okay, and trust me, I get it. Okay, I was signed up for some face stuff, some face cleanser, and I kept forgetting to cancel it because you had to jump through all these hoops and do all these things to get out of the monthly subscription or whatever, like sending your birth certificate. It was crazy. So I have a cabinet full of face cream that I no longer use. Okay, so I totally understand. So I just want to first of all say that it's not like that here at all. You have complete control over a click of a button. So you log into your account and you can click cancel, or you can click change product, or change the date. Like, you can do anything you want. You are not locked in, no contracts, nothing weird or sketchy. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out there. But you do receive 22% off every single month. So even if you're not interested in sharing and earning this for free, you can still get 22% off everything that you buy. plus every fourth month, every fourth consecutive Smart Ship, Prove It sends you free product. I'm talking a full box or a full 25 servings bag. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how in the world we're just giving out all this free stuff, but we are. So if you love this and you're not trying to pay for it, which I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to save every single penny that I can, get with whoever invited you to the call. They can go over it with you a little bit more, but I just wanted you to kind of be aware of that. Like Brittany said, if you want this to work for you, you do have to drink it every single day, and you do have to be consistent and drink it, give it a little while. So sign up for that Smart Ship, use your little free link, share it with some people. And then if you're interested in taking it a step further, maybe you might want to do what Brittany and I are doing and share it on a whole nother level and start making some extra money. So that's not necessarily what this call is about, so we're not going to go into that. But if you even think that you might want to get started doing what we're doing, it's almost Christmas time, life is crazy, everybody needs extra money, just get back with whoever invited you to the call, and they can get you added to our sneak peek promoter group and kind of give you a little bit more info on that. So Brittany, are we missing anything?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to piggyback off of that before we wrap this up, you guys, is even if you never drink them for free, but let's just be honest, everybody wants what we have. They just don't know it exists. Like, I just don't want y'all to feel like you have to have this crazy transformation to share your excitement to get started. I reached out to my mom and sister and I was like, hey, I'm going to do this and I'll let y'all know how it goes. And my mom literally responded to me and she was like, the hell you won't, I'm doing it with you. Where do I sign up in order? Right? So like, people want what you have, especially coming out of the quarantine. The gyms have been closed. Everybody's looking to feel better. So I would just say, let others decide for themselves whether or not they want to do this with you. But for someone who is a teacher and where money's not falling off the trees, okay, I would definitely just keep in mind, like, when you start drinking ketones, there's a lot of areas that you're going to save. I mean, me personally, I don't go to Starbucks anymore, and let's just get real, that's like a $7 visit. Okay, I don't go to the gas station and get a Monster, and I'm also not eating breakfast. So you take those three things out, I'm personally definitely saving, even if I wasn't drinking them for free, which I am. And then I'm just going to be real with y'all. Like, I will tell you, I joined as a customer and a promoter in the same day because I needed the product, but I also really needed the business. So again, that's not what this call is about, but I don't know where y'all are at in your life. I have several friends that have gotten furloughed or lost their jobs because of these crazy times. And we're right around Christmas. And I know, for one, my sister's pregnant right now. So I definitely need some extra money to like spoil the heck out of my first nephew. So I'm so excited for that. But it's honestly, you guys, like, people want what we have. And like I said, they just don't know that it's out there. So we have an incredible 40% off savings that you could get started and you could join the business literally for $1. And the fact that there is no quotas and there's no contracts, you could do this as small or big as you want. But again, what we love to say here is get in where you fit in. If you want to be a customer who drinks the product every single month and you never tell a soul and you want to pay for it, that's awesome. We'll support you. I mean, that's your jam. If you want to be a customer who drinks it for free every single month, just by telling a couple friends, then that's amazing too. And if you want to take this to the next level, you can kind of see how easy this is. Probably whoever invited you to this call isn't even talking. And that's how amazing our company and our community is that you're literally in business for yourself, but never by yourself. I mean, I remember just when I first started, I didn't even know what BHB salts were. Like, nothing. And it's crazy how much I've learned. And one thing I would tell y'all is go download the Prove It TV app. It's a free app. It's got 1 million doctor videos, some really awesome Inspire On stories, probably more science than you would really need to know, honestly. But at the end of the day, just get started if you haven't already. Get back with the person who added you. Ask them about the 10-day challenge. Ask them about their reboot. As a new person, you can actually pair those two together at any time. Ask them about the 40% off kits. Ask them about the $1 Keto Club. Ask them about how you can drink free ketones. But just get started and don't mess up good for perfect. Literally drink the product, love the product, be supported by our community, and I promise it can change your life. So that's all I have. I hope that this was educational for everybody that was on. And we are doing this again next Monday. So if any of you guys want to invite some family and friends back, we'll have it next Monday. And then we will also have, I'll just throw it out there, we're going to have a call this Wednesday, kind of going into the business side of things. So if any of this has spoken to you and you're like, wow, I know a lot more than 2 people, then I would highly suggest get on that call with us and just kind of take a peek at it. But
Sure.
that's all I have.
Yay. Thank you, Brittany. And we just want to say again, thank you guys so much for your time and hopping on with us. Hope y'all have a wonderful Wednesday night, or what? No, it's Monday night. And maybe we'll see some of y'all Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.